Hey guys, 4Pulse here, and today we're going to take an advanced look at last hitting. Please note this is not a video teaching you how to perfectly last hit, that's something that gets constantly refined over time. Instead we'll be looking at how you can manipulate minion waves through how you choose to last hit minions. So first of all, let's clear up what last hitting is. Last hitting is the act of dealing a killing blow, so that you can grab not only the experience for the enemy's death, but also gold. We all know that it's super important to grab that last hit so that we can grab gold and get some items, but today I'll show you two forms of last hitting and their implications on your lane phase. So let's say that you want to push your wave out while last hitting and without dedicating any cooldowns or mana in order to do so. In this case you'll want to last hit the minions as soon as possible. This is something I refer to as a perfect last hit. For an example of this, if you were to play Riven and have 100 attack damage, then you'll want to attack the minion as soon as it has 100 health. Obviously that didn't take armor into consideration, but the point is that as soon as you can kill the minion, then you should do so. When minions are alive, they're throwing out their own auto attacks, thus if you grab that perfect last hit, you're preventing additional damage onto your own minion wave. Thus your minions will stay alive longer and deal more damage, and your overall minion wave will bulk up. Your opponent will then be forced to either get pushed into their tower, or dedicate their own resources such as mana or a cooldown into trimming down the wave. This alone can open up favourable trades for you, something that I'll probably go into more depth in my next video. But essentially if Renekton uses Cool the Meek to soften a minion wave, you can then abuse that cooldown and go in. Equally, another pro of building up these waves via perfect last hitting is minions do a truckload of damage, especially in the early game. So with that Renekton example, he's currently down a cooldown on top of having more minions to deal with if you force an engagement, thus a great trade for you. Next, if you want to bring the minion wave closer to your own tower, then you can also change up the way you last hit. Some examples of when you might want to do this is when your lane opponent can zone you, or your ward is timing out and you want to be near the safety of your own turret. Here you want to last hit the minions as late as possible. Slow CSing is the term I use for this method of last hitting. When you slow CS, you'll cause the exact opposite effect of perfect last hitting. Your opponent's minions will be staying alive for as long as possible, while stealing their most potential damage. Since your opponents probably won't be considering how they're last hitting, then their wave will begin to push towards you. However, with the benefits of being close to your turret, the weaknesses of having to dedicate cooldowns and resources to grab CS on the turret should not be forgotten. Overall, how you choose to last hit will not always have the most obvious impact on how your lane phase does turn out. It's one of those subtle things that can be really hard to identify, but keep the concept of perfect last hitting and slow CSing in mind. If your jungler is clearing a buff, then aims to come top within a minute for a gank, then that gives you at least 2 minion waves to force your opponent to push further out. Equally, some champions in certain matchups want to play the lane phase in a specific area. If you're a ranged top laner against a melee top laner, then you might want to keep them under their tower so that you can poke them down and apply pressure. This topic can get super complex and contextual really fast, but if you do have any questions, feel free to leave them below and I'll try to help out. If you enjoy my content, as always feel free to leave a like down below and consider subscribing for future videos. Thanks for watching guys, and until next time, take care.